Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today's video I'm going to be telling you guys about a story time about how I got caught filming a TikTok video in class. Like, yes, this story time for me, in my opinion, is jokes and it's a bit unexpected and it's a bit shocking and it's very bewildering at the same time, especially when you have a teacher walking in at the middle of the classroom to see you and your mates filming a TikTok video in class, by the way, which is very much unexpected, because you was there thinking, oh, a teacher's just not gonna be back at lesson till like what, till like after they finish from their break or something, and after they finish from their lunch, and normally they'll just be going out of the classroom, be walking around, yeah. And yeah, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notifications on whenever a new video is posted. So yeah, let's get straight into it. My honest opinion is like, for me personally, yeah, since I was just going viral on TikTok, by the way, this happened in year 12, by the way, in my sports class, by the way. This was in sports studies, innit? Because bear in mind, I chose that as one of my courses for BTEC, And for me, I'm quite very, very decent at sports, and I'm very, very good at sports because I love sports so much. I have passion for sports because I enjoy playing football, and I also enjoy playing basketball, because football is literally the main sport that everyone literally enjoys. Like, all the boys in my class really enjoys watching football. Like, in my sports studies class, there's only two girls. Yes, two girls in my sports studies class, by the way. Two girls, by the way, which for me, yeah, that shows you that sports is a very, very popular subject, that every boy picks sports studies as their course to study for A level and study for BTECs. Now, there's single sports diploma, and there's single sport and there's double sport, and there's triple sport, by the way. For me, I picked single sport, by the way, because you know why? The reason why I picked single sport is that I just want to get all the sports work done with as soon as possible, because if I pick double and if I pick triple, then it's just going to be too much for me, That's why I prefer doing single sport, because at least for single sport, like, I totally can understand the content at the same time. I can totally get the coursework done, and I just don't even need to be attending another sports lesson, by the way, which for me is just pointless, and which for me is just a waste of time, because for double sport and triple sport, it's just going to be the same content again and again. But for the coursework, it's going to be different as well. It's just going to be different, and it's going to be a bit of the same as single sport as well for the coursework as well. So yeah, and those two girls in my sports class, can't lie, I feel like the two of them, yeah, they pretty much regretted picking sports as their subject. They pretty much regretted it, by the way, because you know why? Because my sports studies class was so unserious, man. It's so unserious, and no one even does their work. Like, people always start talking, people always start gossiping, and my class is so loud, man. And that has me in my head thinking, what? And this is a madness, man. This is chaos. There's chaos going on, Like, I gotta do something, And that's how I was a bit of a class clown. I always start talking all the time, especially that when they're my mates literally talking as well all the time as well, which is, for me, is just crazy, man. And the teachers always start shouting, and being like, "Hey, do your work. What are you doing? Do your coursework." Like, teachers will always be talking about year 13. Teachers will always be talking about, if you don't do your work, you get detention. You have to come back on a Wednesday to finish up your coursework, by the way. I'm just there like, me personally, I don't want to come back on a Wednesday to finish my coursework, because Wednesdays are the days when people do independent studies, when people don't even go to school on that day, unless if they want to finish their coursework, unless if they want to catch up, or unless if they want to do any of their revision, of course. And me, I'm just perfectly fine, that's how I just don't even go to school on a Wednesday, because I prefer doing coursework at school, and I prefer finishing up, I prefer finishing up the assignment, before the deadline. Honestly, that's what I just did, of course. And yeah, this happened on a Friday, by the way. This was on a Friday, yeah, like, during period 2, which is on a Friday, yeah, like, I was in sports, right? I was in my sports lesson, right? I was doing my coursework, right, straight away, yeah. And bear in mind, this was Unit 8, by the way. I was doing Unit 8 for sports, like, for single sport, by the way. I was doing Unit 8 of it. Like, the coursework for Unit 8, in my opinion, for me, it's just too much. For me, like, I feel like I find that quite a bit easy, That's my opinion, Like, it's not too much. It's just coursework, and it's just very, very complex. And for me, just the content of it, yeah, it's just alright, to be fair. And for Unit A, like, you literally have to host tournament, like, you literally have to be coaching and all that, and yeah, man. And Unit A for P1, for P2, for P3, for M1, for D1, for D2. Yeah, like, that's the areas that we focus on. But, like, bear in mind, if you don't get Unit 8 done, then you have to do Unit 8 again in year 30. You have to resit it until you get it done ASAP, you know. Thankfully, I got Unit 8 done before, like, September last year, by the way, because just imagine if I didn't get that unit done, then yeah, I would have literally had to do that in year 13, which is going to be too much, man, honestly. Like, I feel like for my sports teacher, at least, he's not even explaining it very well. He's not even explaining the content of Unit 8 very well, in my opinion. Yes, I do believe that he's a very great teacher, like, he's good at sports, but when it comes to explaining, he's not even explaining it very well. Which, in my opinion, he just needs to call it a day, at least, because none of us really literally understands what this guy is saying at all. Like, bear in mind, yeah, this guy is literally bold. He reminds me of Eric Ten Hag, you know, when it comes to explaining things, when it comes to explaining what the tactics is. That for me, he reminds me of Eric Ten Hag, because at least Eric Ten Hag won 2 trophies for us at United, you know. And people say, oh, he's the worst manager ever, but still, he won us 2 trophies, you know. And he always said, Like, that's what my sports teacher reminds me of. He reminds me of Eric Ten Hag, because bro does not even know how to explain things properly. And yes, he has personality as well. He can be funny as well. But still, when it comes to explaining all the topics, and when it comes to explaining the units, and when it comes to explaining the course overview, he's a bit rubbish, you know. At least my other sports teacher, like, was better than him at explaining, you know. And he knows the content as well, and he knows what's going to come up in the exams. He knows what's going to come up in the course as well. At least he explains it better than the guy that doesn't even know how to explain properly, by the way. And yeah, I could tell that teacher at that time, like, my sports teacher at that time, yeah, like some of us really hated us, like, some of us really liked him, you know. Like, he's pretty much new to the school, like, bless him, he's pretty much new to the school, and he's very funny. Like, my reactions, like, I quite like him, you know. It's just very decent, and he's not even that bad. He's just very good for me. And yeah, like I said, I was just doing coursework in lesson. I was doing Unit 8. Everyone was doing Unit 8. Everyone was talking. Everyone was on their phones in lesson. Like, you always see guys being on their phones in a lesson, which for me, like, it's always happening in every lesson whenever they're in sixth form, by the way. And you always see a teacher always be reminding them, stop going on your phone in class. Stop being on your phone. And otherwise, if you constantly keep being on your phone, then the teacher's going to take the student's phone away. For me, the teachers will never do that, of course. They will never ever do that. Even if they do it, students are going to keep continuing being on their phones, by the way. They're going to keep doing it, and they won't stop until the teacher gives up. That's what they're going to do. Like, students will always be pressing their phone. Most of the time, students will be going on Snapchat, Instagram, even go on TikTok as well. Students going a lot on TikTok, and they'll always just be FaceTiming their mates, and always start texting their mates, by the way. That's exactly what these guys will do, by the way. Students in my sixth form, by the way, they'll just do it straight away. Like, sports for me is one of my easiest subjects ever. It's my easiest subjects, by the way. And I quite like sports, you know why? Because at least there's football, at least there's basketball, at least there's any other sport as well. Like the course as well, I was enjoying it, man. I was enjoying it. When it comes to the coursework, I was enjoying it, man. I was acing the coursework, man. I literally did well in it. I did so well in the coursework, and I literally was warming up, and I literally be like, yes, this content is good. Because at least the coursework is straightforward as well. At least the tasks and assignments are straightforward, you know, for sports, whereas compared to my other 2 courses that I did, which is IT and media. Like, sports coursework has literally got to be the easiest coursework I've ever done. I literally completed it and smashed it all before a deadline, and I managed to get a distinction in it. Yay! Big up to me, man. Congrats to me, you know, because I always make a comeback, and I'm so clutch. Like prime Ronaldo, prime Ronaldinho, and I scored last minute winner on the sports coursework as well. And yeah, like, I was continuing doing my work, and then my sports teacher was like saying, if you don't complete your coursework, if you don't do this, if you don't do that, then you're going to come in on a Wednesday. And he said that it's very important that you have to complete your coursework, because your coursework is going to get moderated, by the way. Your unit 8 is going to get moderated, and there's unit 4, unit 8, unit 18, unit 2, and unit 21, and unit 22, by the way, because your coursework is going to get moderated, by the way. That has me thinking, if my coursework got moderated, like, bear in mind, yeah, if the examiner checks my coursework, they'll probably be thinking, oh, I pretty much used AI for it. I pretty much used AI for it, because let's be real, everyone in my sports class use AI. They use AI for their coursework. Like, I can't lie, if the examiners are like, what, stupid, or if they're like, don't even know that students use AI, because I'm there thinking the examiners are smart. They know if students are using AI or not, because if students are using AI, then the examiner will just give them an instant fail, an instant 0 straight away. That worries me a bit, because I used AI for my coursework as well. Like, literally, I just searched for I should just ask the question to AI, like, for one of the tasks, and AI will just give me the answers, and just put in my coursework, and I just write in my own words. Like, that has me thinking, that has me shook, that has me petrified, because if I get a 0 on my coursework, and if I did so badly, and I ended up getting a fail on my coursework for, like, using AI, then my parents are going to be disappointed, and my parents are not going to like it. My parents are going to shout at me, that worries me, that worries me all the time, because I'm just there thinking, nah, what can I do? So that's how I use AI for some of the tasks for my coursework, because teachers are like, they don't even know if students are using AI or not. And examiners always know if students are using AI or not, because everyone in my year, they use AI for their coursework. Because the reason why they use AI for their coursework is just so that they can use all that information from AI and put it into their coursework straight away. That will make it look like that they know what they're doing, that they understand the task, that they understand the course, that they can just get a distinction and all that, because no one wants to fail, no one wants to 0, no one wants to pass. No one wants to merit. They want a distinction, and a distinction start. That's what they want, because they just don't want to disgrace their parents. They just don't want to redo the course again. They just don't want to restart year 12 again. That's exactly why, and they just want to go uni. They just want to start an apprenticeship. They just want to, just go to college, and they want to work full time, because no one wants to be in school, no one wants to be in school. For me personally, I quite enjoy it. I quite enjoy the sports of it, but the coursework for me, and theory, I don't really enjoy the theory, That's why I just don't even enjoy the theory, especially the exam content. I don't really enjoy the exam content as well, because I remember that time for Unit 1, I used to get, like, an ear pass, but then I got a pass, and for Unit 3, like, I got, like, an ear pass as well, and yeah, I had to do see Unit 3, like, in year 13, and luckily I got, like, an ear pass, and then I just got a pass, and then I got a merit straight away, which is crazy, man, in year 13, And yeah, we was just doing bit of exam content as well. We just revised for exams. We was, like, just doing, like, we was just, like, doing past papers and making flashcards as well. And yeah, everyone, when it comes to exams, are pretty much serious, because they don't want to resit their exams again. And yeah, because bear in mind, yeah, if you fail Unit 1, for the exam content, you have to resit it again. In the summer. That's just how it is in year 12. If you fail Unit 1 in the summer, you have to resit it again in January year 13. If you felt like, that's normally the last attempt. That is literally the last attempt. That has to be shook, And yeah, but thankfully I managed to pass Unit 1. I got a pass in it. And yeah, I was in sports class, right, with my mates. We was all studying, and most of the time, me and my mates, we were talking about my TikToks, like how well I'm doing, and how well I'm just making, how well my videos are doing, and how well I managed to blow up and all that. Because bear in mind, everyone in my year knows about my TikToks, because last year people knows about me going viral. They know about my TikToks for sure. They know about my videos, and yeah, that was just a start. That was literally just the start of my TikTok era. That's when I was just, like, making videos non-stop during school as well. If I'm being so honest, it's quite hard making videos whilst you're in sixth form, because you have UCAS, you have work experience, you have exams, and you have coursework, And yeah, you struggle to like balance it out. For me, I managed to balance it out. You know, there's times I did work, there's times I did coursework, there's time I did exams, and there's times I even make TikTok videos. By the way, and yeah, and then when break time comes, like at 11:20, my sports teacher was there like, you know what, just go to break. And yeah, I went to break straight away. I didn't even went to go eat. I didn't want to get some food because I'm not even that hungry, by the way, let's be real. And plus, I leave very, very early on that day. I leave very, very early, especially on a Friday. I normally leave school on Friday like 5 minutes to 12. By the way, that's the time I normally left the school. And yeah, like I always hang out by myself at break time. You know, like always just hang out. You know, and yeah, I met up with some of my mates, and they were talking to me about my tits horse. We was all talking and all that about football and all that, everything else. We was gossiping about class. We was gossiping about school and everything else. And mate, oh my days, it was crazy, man. It was a mad experience because most of the times in break time, yeah, not everyone wants to go outside because especially the weather is just so bad. The weather's so cold. If I'm being so real, it's crazy, you know. Because what's the point of like going to school when you're not knowing that no one actually like each other, no one wants to be there, no one wants to be with each other, you know. Like what's even the point? And yeah, like what's actually the point, you know? So yeah, which is crazy, man. Because I didn't want to get some lunch. Plenty of people went to go get their food because they're hungry. And me, I wasn't even that hungry, by the way. I remember I literally be walking around the corridors. I remember the time I used to be going to the study base at break time, and even lunchtime. Always be hanging around at the study base, just messing around, just chilling and vibing and all that. I even go on my phone to like go on Snapchat to message some of my mates who used to go to my school with me, like in secondary school. I used to message them a lot because I really quite missed them, you know. We quite missed them because in year 12 it was so boring. It was literally so boring because sixth form is so boring. Break time and lunchtime are so boring. Oh my days. Like it's just completely dead at all. That's why I'm just there thinking, because I'm just there thinking, when am I actually gonna leave the school? When am I actually gonna leave the school? Like when am I actually gonna move? Like when am I actually gonna finish this school? Because it's so boring. Oh my days. Like in break time, nothing really happened. Like what do you do at break time? You just sit there, just talk to your mates, and you just doing nothing because it's just isolating, you know. That's how you know if you're in prison. That's like prison break, by the way. Like when you're finding ways about how you're gonna break out of the prison, by the way. I bear in mind I'm a big fan of Prison Break, especially Michael Scofield. He's very smart. He's a genius, and he outsmarts everyone in Prison Break, and he knows how to get out of prison. And he always comes up with some ideas and with some tactics on how he can execute the plans and how he can get out, you know, and how he can outsmart his enemies. That's what I'm just there thinking, because I'm there thinking, how can I get out of sixth form? How can I get out of Harry's Academy for sixth form? Like, how can I actually get out of my school? Like, what is actually going on? And yeah, man, I was just there like bored and all that, and I was thinking, why can I just make TikTok videos already? Can I just go home and make videos already? Like, what is this? Because I'm not even enjoying myself at school, by the way. I'm not actually enjoying myself. Because school for me is just so boring. Because bear in mind, I did not even want to stay in my school, in my former school for sixth form. I did not want to stay there for sixth form, by the way, but my parents forced me doing it. That's why I'm just there thinking. Like, bear in mind, break time was like 50 minutes, which I don't even understand why. Because I don't even understand why we are not allowed to leave school to go get some food from the corner shop, and then we can just come back. Like other sixth forms do it, but why can't we? Like, why can't us? Why can't we just go out and go out and collect some food from other supermarkets and from other stores and from other corner shops? Like, why? Like, why can't we do that? Because other schools did that, and I just don't even know what my school is doing. I just don't even know what my current school, my former school is doing. Like, what is actually going on, man? Like, seriously, man, seriously. Like, it just shows me that my former school was just kind of very incompetent, you know. My sixth form was just kind of incompetent, you know, because especially the sixth form team, they always be mentioning uniform standards again and again. Like, some of the teachers know about my TikToks, like, and everyone in different year groups, they know about my TikToks for sure. Oh my days, because for me personally, I just regret like doing TikTok, especially in sixth form, because everyone's gonna constantly keep mentioning them again and again. Everyone will always be coming up to you and they'll be like, "Oh, you that guy for how's the video? I saw your videos and all that, I saw your vids and all that. Like, big up to the vids. Oh, you're on TikTok, you're on TikTok." They'll start laughing, they'll start clowning you. That's exactly what these types of guys do, by the way. And yeah, because I feel like everyone in my former school, they were quite intimidated by me, especially like in class, especially like in, break time and lunchtime, especially in my form, they're like intimidated by me, they are so intimidated. I remember the teachers at the time, like, I feel like they were just scared of me, they were actually scared of me, like, hence why I haven't even got kicked out yet, hence why I'm still there, because they're like scared of me, like, they cannot even handle my aura, by the way, which is crazy, man. So yeah, some youngers, they always just come up to me and they'll always say, "Oh, man." They always start glazing me, and all of a sudden, that's what they do. I'm just there like, can you guys just leave me alone? Like, so honestly, what is going on, man? Like, what is going on? I feel like they look up to me as their idol, man. I feel like they look up to me as the inspiration. That is exactly what they do. Anyways, break time finished, and my lesson was upstairs. Like, everyone was going upstairs, and I literally walked upstairs. I literally kept walking, and I went inside my classroom, like in the computer room. I was doing my course, and I went back to sit on my seat and do my course, by the way. And yeah, and then plenty of my mates just came into my classroom. They went into the computer room to their coursework, and my sports teacher was not even there. He was not even there, like, he was not even there, man, honestly. And I'm just there like, now's the time. Let's make a TikTok video. And yeah, let's make a TikTok video. That's why I'm there, like, let's make a fucking TikTok video. Let's go. And then one of my mates said, "Man, let's make a TikTok video. And I said, yeah, why not? Let's go. Let's do this. Then I got my phone out, and I went onto TikTok, and I went onto like record button. And then one of my mates took my phone away from me, and he started filming me and my other mates. And yeah, and then one of my mates, he was on the chair, and he was with my phone, and he pressed record, and he's doing like this, doing like a phone like this, and he was taking different angles of others, like sitting in the classroom on the seats, and there's me just doing my work. And then I remember I was just jumping, dancing, and all that, doing like all the gang signs and all that. And it was a TikTok video, by the way. Like, it was so funny because I was having time of my life, by the way. Because we just there thinking, no, we ain't gonna get caught, man. Like, what's even the point? We ain't gonna get caught. Like, we're just having fun. Let's make a TikTok video. Like, bear in mind, making a TikTok video in lesson, by the way, oh my days, it was so funny, man. It was so crazy. And then suddenly my sports teacher walked in, and he saw my mates with my phone making a TikTok video with me in it. And then my sports teacher got so angry. He said, "What are you guys doing? And he told my mates to sit down. And my sports teacher said, "Whose phone is that? Whose phone is it?" Like, I'm just there like, what? Oh my god! Like, oh my god! And then one of my mates said, "Oh, it's him. It's E-man's phone." But I'm just there like, "Play, why did you say it, man? Why did you say it? Oh my days!" Like, that's how I just know, like, you should not mention my name. You should have said, like, you should. Like, bear in mind, he said my name, by the way, and then the teacher my sports teacher looked at me and said, "E-man, give me your phone." I'm just there like, no, I ain't gonna give you my phone. And yeah, that's how I just give up. Like, if I waste my time arguing with him, then yeah, I'm just gonna get in more and more trouble. So yeah, I just gave him my phone straight away. And yeah, he then said, "You can have your phone at the end of the lesson." Bear in mind, at the end of the lesson, after that, I go home, by the way. That's what I'm just there thinking. I'm just there like, thinking, fuck. What do I do, man? What do I honestly do? I remember one of my mates, I'm playing to my other mates. I remember, like, he told me, "E-man, crash out. Like, bro, I'm not gonna crash out. Bro, like, if I did that, man, like, bro, if I was furious, man, I was frustrated, man. I just managed to calm my emotions down, managed to control them, because if I crash out, oh my days, I feel like the head of sixth form is going to get involved, and the principal's going to get involved. and that will make things much worse, by the way. And I will literally have got a unit, by the way, for like what, 5 days, 4 days, or 3 days. I would have literally got a unit. I would have literally got like an exclusion. That's what I would have got if I literally crashed out, because that would make everything much worse. And yeah, I could tell that one of them are not really my mates, by the way. I can tell that one of them is trying to get me into trouble. That's what they're trying to do, of course. And I should have known soon as ASAP, because I just don't even know why I even got my phone out to like film a TikTok video in class, because I have never even got my phone taken away in secondary school, by the way. I've never got my phone taken away. It was only up till like sixth form in class, in my sports class, that I got my phone taken away, which is peak, because it was on the final lesson as well. On the final lesson of the day on a Friday, which normally us guys in sixth form, we always just go home at 5 minutes to 12. Like, we always go home at that time, by the way. And yeah, I was just there thinking, what should I do? What should I do? Should I just crash out? Should I just crash out? Should I just start shouting and swearing at my sports teacher? And I said, nah. Now, my sports teacher was so angry, man, by the way. He was so vexed. He literally had to tell everyone to start working, to do their work, and to finish their coursework. That's what he literally told them. Because bear in mind, everyone else is talking. Everyone was constantly talking repeatedly. That's what they keep on doing. Plus, why am I getting my phone taken away? Like, how come my phone got taken away? Where there's other students literally using their phone in class. Where my phone got taken away. That doesn't the school teacher not even know that there's other students.
This is a major problem, man. I couldn't find any.
When they know that students are not allowed to use their phones in the class. Like, what? Like, it just shows that there's something's going on, because I feel like some of these teachers, they have favoritism, man. They have favoritism. They literally favor other students. They just favor their favorite student. That's what they do. They have favorites. I just know it, man. I just know it, because that's how, for me, I was very frustrated, man. I was very frustrated, because at first I would be like, I want to snitch on them guys that literally have them phones out after break whilst they're in a lesson. But me, I'm not a snitch. I don't snitch on anybody, because if I snitch, I'm gonna get called a snitch, and I'm gonna get called a snake. That's literally how it is. Because basically, if someone snitches in class, then no one is gonna like you for it. No one is actually gonna like you because you snitched on someone. Because a snitch will always be a snitch. Snitches always get stitches. That's literally just how it is. That's why you should not be snitching in class. That's why you should not be snitching in school, because no one's gonna like you for it. No one's actually gonna like you for it, you know. And yeah, that's why I don't even snitch at people in my sports class, by the way, because I don't want to get called a snitch. And yeah, and then like my lesson finishes. Yeah, by the way, my lesson finishes, and I even forgot. Oh shit, I forgot to collect my phone, by the way. And then I was just walking up and down and went to the study base. I even told like the year 13s, like some of the girls in year 13, I even told him that, being like, the teacher took my phone. See, Mr. Booker took my phone, all that. He took my phone. And I'm just there like, wow. And they just there like, wow, why did you have your phone out? Why did you film a TikTok video? I'm just there like, I just don't even know. I just want to make TikTok, that's all. I just want to make a school TikTok, by the way. I was at the study base, by the way. And yeah, this isn't the first time, by the way. I also make a TikTok video whilst I was in the study base as well, which is crazy, because I was there thinking I'm going to get caught. But luckily I did it when I made a TikTok video, whilst I made a TikTok video at study base. And yeah, man. And yeah, that's the lesson more of the day. Do not make a school TikTok. Do not make a school TikTok whilst you're at school, because if you do, you're going to get in trouble. You're going to get caught. You're going to get your phone taken away. That's why I learned, never make a TikTok video in school. Because I used to make a TikTok video in the courtyard and the bench. I used to make a TikTok video, and that went viral. And yeah, man. And the school finds out about my TikToks, and my teacher, and the teacher said, and the SLT teacher said, you should not make school TikTok videos in class. You should not make TikTok videos in school. Otherwise, your phone's gonna get taken away. So yeah, that's why I stopped doing that. You know, that's why I stopped making TikTok videos in school, because for me, yeah, if I make TikTok videos in school, my phone's gonna get taken away, and they're gonna call my parents about it. They're gonna tell my parents to come into school to come collect my phone, as my phone will literally be in the safe. That's what for me. Yeah, that's why I just don't want. That's why I just don't want to, like, use my phone at all, because I just use my phone like in the study base, and I just don't even use my phone that much in lessons either, because I just want to stay focused. And yeah, I had to tell like my pastoral officer to like come collect my phone away from my sports teacher, and my pastoral officer said yes, and then she went to my sports class, and then she then I was walking with her, by the way, and she went into my sports class and told my sports teacher if she can have my phone, and my sports teacher said yes, and then she walked towards me, and then she opened the door and she closed the door behind her, and then she gave me my phone and she said, "Here it is. If you keep making TikTok, if you make one more video in class, if you're using your phone in class, you're gonna get an hour. That's just it." Literally, bear in mind, everyone in another sports class, they were looking at me. They were staring at me, man. Oh my days. That's how you know it's just humiliating and embarrassing. Like, they were laughing, man. Like, I'm just there like, well, I'm cooked, man. I'm cooked. Then that's how after that I just went home. After that, I literally went home. As I literally walked out of the school building, I'm still thinking, well, what have I done? What have I generally done? Like, why have I made a TikTok video in class? Like, why? Like, this is just getting too much, you know. This is actually getting too much. And yeah, I quite really do rate my sports teacher, you know, but I just don't even like my pastoral officer, you know, because she always gets on everyone's nerves, and she always just throws people under the bus, by the way. And yeah, like for me, I just don't even understand like why sixth form students are allowed to use their phones in class. They said that sixth form students are allowed to use their phones at break time and lunchtime at the study base, but not in the classrooms. Yeah, everyone's using their phones in classrooms, you know, I'm the one that's literally got in trouble for it for no reason at all. Like, what? Not only just me, other people as well got in trouble for using their phones in class, when there's literally everyone else using their phones because teachers have favourites once again. Like, the teachers don't even bother to watch the CCTV. Like, who's using their phones in classroom, by the way? Literally everyone does that. Everyone uses their phones in a flipping classroom. Like, I was just there fuming, man. Like, what? I'm just like, get out of here, man. Seriously. And yeah, guys, this is the end of the story time. And I'll see you in the next video.